Toyota is reportedly finally starting work on developing its own comprehensive in-house software platform. They're only about 5 years late in comparison to many of their competitors. Hello my friends and welcome to the Electric Viking. My name is Sam Evans and I'm coming to you here from Melbourne, Australia. Fantastic to see so many new subscribers. Welcome to all of you and welcome back to everyone else. I hope you had, I genuinely hope you had a good 2021. But even if you didn't, 2022 is going to be amazing. So many new electric cars are going to come out this year. We're going to have so many more options this year to buy electric cars. And there's so much amazing battery technology being worked on right now. Sometimes I just don't know where to start. But let's talk about Toyota. The first thing I should mention is that Toyota was around about 5 years late to actually offering Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in its cars. In fact, this is a common trait now among Japanese automakers, being well behind other automakers, but way behind, more than anyone else, I think, the Chinese automakers, who are, I think, leading the industry in developing their own in-house software in their cars. And I'm talking about software that can actually control the car, kind of software that's similar to Tesla's with vertical integration, where they can actually have over-the-air updates. Now, this is the kind of thing that Toyota really wants to develop, but they are so far behind. It's like, I don't know how to even really express this. I mean, we're literally talking 5 years behind. They're starting this project now. I honestly think this is the kind of information that if I was Toyota, I wouldn't even be talking about. I'd just be saying, let's just keep this quiet. Okay, we're 5 years behind. Just don't say anything. Maybe no one will notice that we're so far behind. But anyway, Toyota says they are evolving and changing their direction to move more towards plug-ins, specifically electric cars, plug-in hybrids, and whatever form of mobility people want is what they say, as well as preparing for a software battle. Well, preparing, I don't know if you'd call this preparing. I think by the time they get to 2025 that the rest of the industry will have well and truly moved on. At least that's my prediction. Now, according to Nikkei, the Japanese company has decided to develop a comprehensive automotive software platform that we launched in 2025. The new operating system, called Arene or Arene, I don't know, sorry, can someone tell me how to pronounce this? Arene, is expected to cover everything from basic infotainment and control functions up to advanced applications related to safety and autonomous driving. Not only that, the new platform will be available for all makes and models related to the Toyota Group, including brands like Subaru and maybe even to some other makers through a licensing model. I honestly don't understand why Toyota thinks that any other makers would want their in-house software through a licensing model. Toyota have not shown any kinds of expertise in this area compared to other makers. I just think they're delusional thinking that anyone else would want to buy it. The other question I have is, what are they going to do with all the cars that BYD are making for them? Are they going to plan on using their software in those cars as well? Considering, as far as I'm aware, that software will be from BYD. Now, this is what Toyota said. Arene will control basic components, the steering wheel, brakes, and accelerator, for example, and manage safety systems as well as location and traffic information. All vehicles with the operating system, regardless of make or model, will have access to shared functions. Consumers can update the system online, much like smartphone software, enabling quick improvements to performance. Now, if you were a Chinese automaker, if you were Tesla, XPeng, even some of the other legacy auto companies who are well and truly into this already, would you not be laughing? I mean, honestly, I think Toyota have become a laughing stock with this kind of, this is the kind of stuff that cars that already exist now can already do. Now, this means that Toyota will follow the manufacturers that have already decided to take all the software development in-house. The market leader in this category, obviously, is Tesla. However, among legacy auto, Volkswagen, not without its own struggles and challenges where for a while there they had to just park literally thousands and thousands of vehicles in parking lots because they hadn't worked out the software. They had lots of challenges with getting this to work, but considering they did get it to work eventually, they appear to be around about 4 years ahead of Toyota. Now, in addition, General Motors and Mercedes are claimed to have software that is well and truly years ahead of Toyota's. Now, obviously, software is becoming more and more important as there are more and more features that have to be developed and integrated with an option for over-the-air updates. Very important. Some Volkswagen buyers have reportedly been a bit pissed off because they haven't gotten the over-the-air updates that they were promised when they bought the car. Now, Volkswagen is saying, don't worry, they're going to come, and some of them have. But this is clearly a challenge that automakers have to face. I'll put a link in the description below to the video I made talking about those Volkswagen owners being a bit dissatisfied. I believe Volkswagen are definitely working to address that though. Now remember, this is a part of the cost and the value of new vehicles. However, right now, Toyota charges for things like using a key fob remotely to operate the car, which is something that is actually standard with many cars for sale right now. They charge about $8 a month. Now my question is, can that work for Toyota long term if the competitors are not charging for those kinds of services? So Toyota is now expected to boost its hiring of software specialists by 40 to 50%, of fresh engineering graduates from 20% previously. And now this comes on the heels of them launching their new BZ4X electric car. My question is, what software will the BZ4X have if Toyota haven't figured this out yet? Well, the reality is many legacy auto companies don't use their own software. They actually use plug and play products from other companies. That's a very common tactic in the legacy automotive industry, which is something that's changed over the last few years for other players, led, I think, by Tesla, BYD, in terms of developing their own in-house software. It's very common now in China for companies to do this from the ground up. And I think if you compare Toyota to what will be its competitors over the next few years, they're clearly well behind in this area. So Toyota is developing a software system for 2025. Now that is nearly 4 years away, assuming they don't have any delays. Considering they only just figured out how to make Apple CarPlay work in their cars, who knows how long it's really going to take them. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye-bye.